Hey guys, I'm so glad I could do this video for y'all today. It's going to be all about tomatoes. Today is May 18th, 2013. And first of all, I'm going to go all the way down this row here and introduce to y'all my tomatoes I'm planting. And then I'll come back and give you a little bit of information on how I'm going to grow these this year. Alright, first we've got a beefsteak tomato. They're pretty much all beefsteaks. I got a couple cherries down there and Roma, but for the most part they're all going to be beefsteak. But first I've got the Dester. Very good tomato plant. It won the tomato testing contest a couple years back, so it's very good tomato. Next we have the Italian heirloom. It won last year's tomato testing contest. What? I haven't tasted this tomato yet, but I'm pretty sure if it won a contest out of thousands of people, I'm pretty sure it's good. Next we have another tomato that I've never tasted. It's Martino's Roma tomato. Next we have a pink brandywine. I grew a couple of these last year and they turned out perfect. Very perfect tomato. Very good tomato also. Next we have Cherokee Purple. I've never had this tomato either, but everybody I talk to say they're really good. So next we have Heinz tomato. Now I bought this one from Lowe's. I didn't do this one from seed. I thought it was pretty neat that they had a Heinz tomato, so I went ahead and got me a couple of them. Next, I have the tomato called Emmy. I believe this one's going to be like a yellowish orange looking tomato. Had a bunch of good reviews online about it, so I'm going to try it out. Next, I've got Chocolate Stripes. I've never tasted it either, but we're going to find out this year. Next I've got the Amish Paste. This one's probably going to be similar to the Roma tomato I have growing down there. Next we've got Peach Blow Sutton. This tomato looks just like a pink brandywine, so I'll see what it tastes like this year and let y'all know. But I'm pretty sure it's good. I try to only pick the best tasting tomatoes according to the reviews and stuff. Next we've got the German Giant. This is supposed to be a really big tomato, so everybody cross your fingers. Get that sucker. I don't like suckers. Get out of there. Next we got the Caspian Pink tomato. I believe this one also resembles the brandywine. Gold Medal. Alrighty, I wanted to grow this one last year, but didn't do it for some reason. This tomato plant can grow up to 2 to 2.5 pound tomatoes. Next we have a Snow White Cherry. These are cherry tomatoes that are white. And look how big that sucker is right there. Look how big that sucker is. Draining the energy out of my plant. Get off of there. Now, you'll grow a foot today. This tomato, I think, originated from Russia somewhere, and it's called Blandikovichin. It's a cherry tomato, and it's like a goldish looking cherry tomato, and a lot of people say they're really good. Last but not least, I've got Tommy Toe cherry tomato. This tomato here is not here, and where'd it go? Nah, I'm just messing with y'all. I'm sorry I didn't get it on film, but this tomato started showing signs of early blight, and that is if you're, let me show you on this one. There ain't none on this one, but if your leaves start getting black spots on them and it's not dirt, then you more than likely have blight, and you want to pull it up as soon as you can and get rid of it. Okay, now to my tomato trellis. I tried this last year. It worked out really good for me, so I'm probably going to end up doing it forever. All it is 2 cattle panels. I've got one cattle panel going to the center T-post there, and another cattle panel going all the way to the end. They're 16 foot long, about 54 inches high, and they're about $20 a piece. And I've also got 5 7-foot T-posts. You can eliminate 3 of these T-posts if you have any 4x4s or landscaping timbers hanging around the yard. You can put one on each end and one in the middle, and you could probably save yourself 15 bucks or so. So what I'm going to do is, when this plant gets above this first line right here, I'm gonna weave it through here, and I'm probably gonna skip one and then come back through the bigger hole, and then I'm gonna just work it all the way up. It worked out real good for me last year. I'll tell you a little bit about what I do to my tomatoes to help them grow. And I done a video on this last year. It's the pruning and fertilizing video for my tomatoes. So if you have time, go check that out. But I'll run through a little bit of it while I'm here now. It's very important to prune your tomatoes. If you don't prune your tomatoes, you probably won't get that many tomatoes. You'll get a few, but you won't get as many as you would if you did prune your tomatoes. You've got a lot of energy going into all them bottom leaves that's growing down here towards the ground, and you want all that energy going into your growing your flowers and hopefully your tomatoes when they come. There's a very good reason why you prune your bottom leaves right here. If you can see this right here, see how the leaves are getting a bunch of holes in them and they're turning brown, and this don't look like a healthy stem at all. It's not going to produce no fruit whatsoever. You're going to catch diseases. Bugs crawl on these from the ground. If you leave this on here, you're just asking for trouble. I also fertilize a little bit when I plant my transplants. I will put a low nitrogen fertilizer in the ground. You can put a high nitrogen fertilizer on your tomatoes, but the only time I would do that is if they're small like this. You don't want to give them high nitrogen when they're real big and producing fruit, because you'll get more plant growth and no fruit. So if you must give them a high nitrogen fertilizer, give it to them right now. In the fertilizer that I give them, it has a lot of calcium in it, and that's what these eggshells are for. Calcium. Eggshells are very high in calcium, and that's why a lot of people get blossom end rot, is because they have a calcium deficiency. Alright, a little bit about watering. If you don't mulch your tomatoes, if you just leave them like this, I would probably water every 2 days or so, especially in the heat of the sun when it gets real hot, like in July or whatever. If you mulch your tomatoes, probably be alright to, I think last year I only watered my tomatoes probably once a week or maybe twice a week, and that's it. So my suggestion to everybody is mulch your tomatoes so you don't have to be out here watering every couple of days. This is the reason why you don't have to water that much when you mulch. Look how dark the wood chips are. That means they're wet. And this is just inches off the top. See, the top's dry. Just inches. You probably got 3 inches or so right there, or maybe 2. And it's soaking wet. And it hadn't rained in probably 2 weeks. That's why I mulch. Alright guys, here's my tomatoes all the way down. I've got 15 plants growing now. It's going to be 16 once I get that last plant in. But overall I have 16 plants down this row and 16 plants down this row. Probably starting in June sometime I'll get to planting this row. My idea is to have tomatoes all the way to Thanksgiving. As I put my wood chips down, I'm going to run my drip tape first before I cover it all up with wood chips. That way the water will get directly to the roots. And in a couple days I'll have everything mulched. Alright guys, that's pretty much how I grow my tomato plants. If y'all have any questions, just comment and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Bye.